think the real reason life hasn't changed, right, is because you're still sitting at the same damn table with the same liars, the same storytellers, and you're telling yourself the same fucking fairy tale every single day, just hoping that the ending's going to rewrite itself and everything's going to be easier and turn out really well. But you don't need this. You don't need this podcast. Just get rid of all the liars in your life. You're welcome. That's your podcast. You don't need somebody telling you how. Look at your life and see who's lying to you. Make sure it's not you. And if it's you, then stop lying to yourself. But you don't need another coach or a podcast or a guru or anything. You need to learn how to leave. Like Brandy and I had to learn that with other people because we had to look at like, you guys are lying. No, we're out. Nothing will cost you more than believing the lies of somebody else in hopes that they're going to come to fruition and become something amazing. Some of you guys are so desperate to avoid discomfort that you stay in this shitty job, the toxic relationship, the broken relationship that neither one of you wants to fix, or you stay in a business deal that's so full of bullshit just because you hope it's going to finally work out, and it won't. It won't. I'll tell you that right now, that thing you're clinging to, that's not your future. That's your anchor. It's keeping you where you are. People don't stay in broken situations because they're stupid. You're not stupid. So a lot of these Insta gurus, I had a guy yesterday go, these fitness guys and these life coaches, can't fucking stand them. Except I'm not a fitness guy. You know, Brandy and I were talking. I just got to touch on this for a second because the guy was a myopic douchebag. The guy makes a presumptive statement, right? Because I'm fit, I'm a fitness guy. I'm trying to sell a workout program. I don't want to sell you guys a workout program because none of you guys are going to listen. And I'm not a life coach because I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm giving you advice from my own life. And if you take it and apply it to yours and it works out, great. If you take it and you apply it to your life and it doesn't work out, I doubt it. It will. I'm coming out here doing what every single other person that's older with experience that has had success should be doing. Teaching the younger generation how to do it and teaching people that don't know how to do it. But I also said, by the way, numbnuts, I'm a doctor, not a fitness guy. But hey, people assume because you're fit, you're a fitness guy. Because you're giving advice, you're a life coach. I'm neither. Take my advice, don't take my advice. I'm just trying to give you information that has actually served Brandy and I, my wife and I, and made us more successful. And I come out here and I do it for free. And yet somebody has the chops to go, fuck this guy. You really want to go down that road and wonder why your life sucks? That's why. I don't even need to go into hanging out with liars and keeping them in your life. Look at how you treat your life. If you treat your environment, your ecosystem with envy and jealousy and hate and disdain, and you wonder why your life is a dumpster fire, that's why. But just to come back, people don't stay in broken situations and hang out with liars because they're stupid. They stay because they're hopeful. They're hopeful. They hope that it's going to work out. Except the problem is hope when it's misapplied, which it is in this circumstance, is the most dangerous drug you're ever going to touch. Like you don't inject heroin into your veins with more optimism. The person who keeps saying, I know this guy keeps lying. I know they keep pushing the day to fruition down. I know it's been a year and nothing's shown up and they're just full of shit, but I believe this time's going to be different. You know, I know she ghosted again. I know he ghosted again, but probably has a good reason. It's only been 61 times, but they said they love me. I know my business partner, my investor, my financial guy that gives me my money, my banker, my loan guy, whatever it is, my business partner missed another deadline to set up everything they promised they would do, but they promised it's coming together. They just have some things to work out. They have their own demons they got to handle that once they get over those, they're going to do better. Bullshit. That's not hope. That is willful suicide of discernment. Because listen, hope is a powerful tool, but when it replaces decision, it becomes your coffin and you wind up dying there and you don't even know it. You're just banging nails in, wondering why your life's not getting any better. The human brain is wired in such a way that it wants consistency more than it wants the truth. It would rather stay in known pain than face the risk of an unknown freedom. No guarantees, right? Your brain wants certainty, except that's the cost. Is uncertainty is the price you pay for becoming successful and getting everything you want. So instead of facing that the unknown freedom, the fear, the risk, this is what you do. You paint this future fantasy, this highlight reel that doesn't even exist. It's in your own head. And then you assign all of your suffering to it. as this justifiable payment. You think because you've suffered this long, it has to be worth it. No, it doesn't. Not if it was built on a lie, and not if it never was going to pay off in the first place. And you know what a liar is going to tell you? I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to. That's a liar. And your brain, this is what your brain's going to tell you. Your brain's going to say, well, you've already come this far. Don't quit now. And that's what the Insta web tells you all the time. Well, you put all this time in. Yeah, why are you going to put more into a situation that's not coming to fruition? No. You got to learn to leave, man. You got to learn to leave. Because like I said, your brain's going to say, you've come this far. You better stick with it. What it should be saying is you've already wasted enough. Don't double down on the delusion, man. Get out. Because the people who lie to you, they don't even have to be evil. They don't need fangs and a tail and a pitchfork and horns. All they need is your permission. All they need is for you to say, okay, I trust in you to keep lying to me, and I'm too ignorant or insecure to step away. Because the people who keep moving the goalpost, these guys that shift deadlines and move dates of fruition, and they feed you vague promises that it's coming. Give me a date. When? They're not the real problem. You are. You are. Because you bought it and you just keep showing up, and you ignored every single red flag like it was a bad Valentine's Day card that just kept opening up and singing a shitty song, right? Because if someone lies to you once, all right, shame on them. But if someone lies to you for a year, that's on your weak ass boundaries. Stop blaming them. Brandy and I had to go through this with somebody. Son of a bitch just kept lying over and over again. And finally we just went, get out of here, man. You are a lying ass clown. Pound sand. Best decision we ever made. Like, you missed the milestone. You let them explain it away, right? You call them out on something they said they were going to do and they didn't. And it's been days, weeks, months, or it just never happened. And you let them explain that away. The problem is with you, not with them. And they're a good salesman, or you're just ignorant. They push the date back and it's been a day, a month, a week, years. And you nod and just go, I understand. Understand what? What do you understand? That your time is worthless and you have no self-respect, or at best your self-respect is negotiable? You're not a loyal person. You are a hostage. It's like you have Stockholm syndrome. The more time that you invest in their bullshit, just so you know, the harder it gets to walk away, because your brain turns your own sunk cost, all that invested, quote unquote, invested time, into chains. It's the weight that you carry, because you will literally stay suffering just so you don't have to admit that you were wrong. That's not loyalty, you guys. Folks, that's not loyalty. That is emotional cowardice. And I'm telling you, it's okay. Sack up, grab your balls and say, forget it. I'm out. Because the devil's favorite words are not yet and later. That's how your dreams die. That's how liars keep control over you. And that's how you sell your future for zero money and a sob story. Because you say things like this, well, it's just not the right time. They're working through some stuff. They have these other things to take care of. Well, they have a lot of things they have on their plate too over the last couple of years. They got to deal with those. Then don't fucking make promises. That's what you should say back. I believe in them. Yeah, but they don't believe in you. Like, belief, that's your defense. Hear me out. If you put a rotten apple, the crisper, wherever it is you put in your refrigerator, and you believe it's fresh, guess what? Still a shitty ass old rotten apple. And now it's going to infect the rest of them. If someone lies to you once and you stay, that's your wake up call, man. If they lie to you again and are they going to do this again? But if they do it more than once and you still stay, that's an indictment. Like, I don't know what to say to that, because the truth is most of you guys aren't staying for the promise. You're staying to protect your ego, because you've already told your friends, your wife, your kids, everybody how great this partnership was. You've committed to the idea in your mind. So now it's become something, and you fantasized about how it's going to turn out. But that's what it is. It's a fantasy. Because what happens when you do that is the idea of walking away now has the same feeling as if you really failed. But it's not. It's freedom. Trust me, we've done this. It's the most freeing thing, is just to cut the tie and go, fuck. No. Because every one more week you give a liar is one more week that your goals get thrown behind you and you never see them. Every Oh, maybe this time they're going to come through. They just got another thing to do. You whisper into this void that every time you do that, every time you listen to me, that's another moment that your family loses to your weak inability to act and just execute and go, not anymore. Because the people that are paying the price, it's not just you unless you're by yourself. But even then, somebody's counting on you. You're not a good person for staying in a bad situation, because I think some of you guys think martyrdom is a virtue. You think enduring abuse and betrayal and negligence and disrespect makes you strong? It makes you complicit. It makes you complicit, because loyalty without discernment, that is slow, arduous, painful suicide. You're choosing. And listen, I get it. I get it. I do. I really do. Especially when the liar is someone that you thought you were going to be friends with forever, or that you love. Your brother, your business partner, an old friend that you grew up with, a parent, the guy who was there for you, back in the day. But back in the day doesn't pay your bills today. You don't owe anybody anything. If they've never come through on a promise, you owe them nothing. You owe you, because if somebody stabs you in the back, it doesn't matter how many barbecues you had together. You're still bleeding. Oh, I get it, but we did all these things together. They stabbed you. Stop excusing treachery because it comes with a smile and a handshake. I think a lot of people romanticize dysfunction because it gets wrapped up in a future highlight reel or a past memory. You're not doing anybody any favors, I promise you, by tolerating lies. Not yourself, not your kids, not your wife, not your team, nobody in your life. If you're the leader, listen, if you're the man, even if you're the woman, honestly, so nobody freaks out and says this is being sexist. Even if you're the woman, whoever it is that claims to carry the weight, then act like it. If you claim to carry the cross, act like it. You have to cut off what drains you. Walk away. Cut off everything that just sucks these energy and time vampires, and protect everything that builds you and creates you, including those around you. You got to walk away from everything that makes you weak, no matter how familiar it feels. Because most people, listen, here's the part that most people are going to fight like hell to avoid. What if the liar is you? You keep blaming other people for the wasted years. I've done this, but I chose to stay in those wasted years. It's just easier to put the blame on somebody else. Doesn't really matter. You can validate your way into saying, but it's really their fault though. You stayed. I've done this. Who kept showing up for the fake deadlines, the fake promises? Who kept showing up? It was you. Who ignored that knot in your stomach, that little voice that this time you need to listen to? You lied to yourself. You said it was controlled or strategic or tactical, patient. And you were trusting is my favorite one. You got to trust the process, bro. It's none of that. It is fear, all nicely packaged up with a bow tie on it, dressed as optimism. You didn't stay because you believed in them. You stayed because you didn't believe in yourself. I don't know how to explain this. Like, I wish somebody would have said this to me 20 years ago, which is why I come out here, not trying to be a life coach. Life coach is some soccer mom that took a Tony Robbins course and now thinks they know everything. This is just painful shit that I've gone through that I'm going, here, if I can keep one person from going through this, then I did my job. Because you don't believe in yourself, you will try and convince yourself of that. That's not the truth. You stayed because you don't believe in yourself. And because admitting the truth would force you to take full responsibility for your life. And that hurts because then your ego gets. And here's the worst part about all of this. You taught your children, your spouse, your team, neighbors, your employee, that it's okay to tolerate disrespect because they're all watching you, that it's okay to believe words over actual things that happen. I don't care what you say. Show me. I don't care how many promises you make to me. Show me. If somebody sends me in one of our companies money and I'd say, trust me, bro, the thing is on its way and it never comes, it never shows up. Why would you ever listen to me? How long are you going to delay until you're like, dude, are you going to send this thing or what? And then you finally go, screw you. You're just going to sit there and wait for that. You're going to go out and get a new, whatever the thing is. You're training people to believe that it's okay to bleed for someone who won't even sweat, just even walk your direction, man. What kind of standard is that? Listen, you know what strength is? It's not screaming. It's not flexing. There's plenty of that on social media. It's not posting all your stolen motivational memes that you guys take. It's walking the hell away the moment that your self-worth is insulted and ending the relationship before you become emotionally bankrupt. You don't need closure. You don't need explanation. You don't need applause. You don't need anybody even acknowledging you. You need to close the door without all of that. Just say, I'm out. You don't owe anybody your loyalty when they've bankrupt their own fucking integrity. And maybe this comes out harsh, and maybe you guys are listening to this going, oh God, why? Well, maybe you should look at your life. Maybe you should look at your life, because that situation that you talk to everybody about, even if it's yourself in your own head that you think you're stuck in, that thing that you're hoping finally comes together, usually it's a promise, either to yourself, or from other people to you. The promise that you're waiting on, that you're praying every night over, please God, you're just clinging to it as if it's your life preserver. That's not your answer, man. That's exactly why you are where you are. That is exactly what's holding you down. Rip the fucking Band-Aid off. Because here's why. While you're in the ring all the time defending that lie, the clock doesn't care. The calendar doesn't care. Time is still moving. Your kids are growing older. Your future is running out of time, and the fire inside you is dying, and your wife is losing respect for you because you're losing respect for yourself, or you never had it in the first place because you're too busy hoping that something happens instead of making something happen. This is coming from a voice of experience, not something that I read. I've gone through so many shitstorms in my life, and I come out here to go, don't do this. This is how I would have done it had I seen where this took me. So I'm giving you this to help you. Because when you finally realize it, and you realize that you have put yourself in such a terrible situation and you've lost everything, things have gone, they've just burnt to the ground in your life. And when you realize that, and I promise you, you will. If you don't realize it yet, maybe this is going to make you realize it. The issue is that there's nobody there to blame but yourself. So, like today, get off this podcast right now and choose clarity, not comfort, right? You need to choose truth, real truth. There's no such thing as my truth and your truth. There is the truth. But you need to choose truth over loyalty to all the bullshit that people are feeding you, even if it's yourself. You have to learn to leave. Not next week, not tomorrow, not later on this afternoon, right now. Because one day you're going to wake up, I promise, and there's not going to be any more time to waste. You're going to be at the end of your calendar. All of a sudden you're 70 years, and for 30 years, you've been hoping. I know you don't realize how many days have gone by since the day you said you're going to do this, or they said they're going to do that for you, and how many days have gone by since that. If it's anything over one, and there was a day to fruition that was less, and you passed it, and it still hasn't happened, they lied, or you lied, or both of you are lying. Because when you get to that end point, why is it that you're going to sacrifice a year of your life right now? Let's say you're 30, and that year has less value than that year that when you're 90. It shouldn't have any different value. You just take it upon yourself to presume that you have more time. But time all has the same value. Stop wasting it believing in people that lie to you, and make sure you're not the one doing it. But if you have anybody in your life that's lying to you at all, cut them out. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's your mom. Because one day you're going to wake up and you won't have any more time. I promise you this. If you had more time right now to go back and make decisions that you wish you would have made earlier, would you do it? The answer is yes. And somebody's going to come out with some answer going, but those lessons are what brought me here. Yeah, but you hate here. You hate here. You want the life that you want. Stop trying to sell yourself and lie your way into a life that you're trying to justify, even though you don't really want it. Stop waiting for people to make good on their promises when they've already shown you that they're never going to. And make sure that the person that's doing the lying isn't the person you see in the mirror all the time. Because that's going to be the most expensive lesson of your entire life when you realize that you have no more time and you've been waiting for a promise to come to fruition and never was. Learn to walk away. Learn to leave and listen to that. When they lie to you, learn to go, I'm out. Because if they lie to you now, they're going to keep lying to you. I got to go. Hope that helps. Never miss.